You know, that video is a lot less funny when you can't, or that music is a little bit less funny when you can't see the visuals. I realized that's that one's a Gachi Muchi one, but you know, you never know. You never know. We might get some new viewers with this whole developing drama stuff, so you never know if that's going to filter out some people, because I figure we should let people get acclimated for like maybe a couple of days before we break out all the weird Gachi Muchi stuff. You know what I mean? I think that's the advisable route to go with. Oh, whoops. See a big like status bar on my model. Get out of the way. I don't know why VTube Studio has been kind of like weird with all this stuff. I have to window capture it as opposed to screen capturing it, which is, or not screen capturing it. It's the broadcast capture. It's really weird, but like I guess it works. It's just I have to actually click through all those things before it gets to the point that I actually start the stream. You know what I mean? Oh boy. I'm a little bit late from what I was originally planning, which was, I think, a stream at some point. I wanted to say like maybe Tuesday, but I was not feeling super great on Tuesday, so I decided to wait, and then I had my WoW rating guild stuff on Wednesday and Thursday, and I don't think people really give a shit about that. You know what I mean? I don't think that's like something that people would actually go out and watch. Was this background made by John Marvones? I have no fucking clue who that is. I got it off of a Wallpaper Engine, and I've just been too lazy to change that, I guess. Hey, Flam, are you familiar with Wesley Willis music? It's funny shit. Yes, I actually have been. I don't think I was aware of Wesley Willis before I started streaming, but I did watch. I want to say like some YouTuber made like a documentary on his stuff, and it covered like his Howard Stern interviews and stuff like that too. I do like the stylings of Wesley Willis, including "I Beat Batman's Ass" and Rock and Roll McDonald's is actually like just really good. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Flam, why have you become the dev after he broke up with his former husband, Scrum? Dude, I have no freaking clue about any of these people, my dude. Listen, Dev's a friend. Aiden Paladin's a friend, and when friends fight, I make it my business to stay the fuck out of it. So, I'm gonna stay out there. I'm gonna stay out of there, and I'm just gonna kind of let it happen. Tomoe Umari, I don't know who that is. We're gonna give people a little bit of chance to filter on in before we get into the main document that we're gonna be going over tonight and all that stuff. Let's see. Oh, followed by some people I already know, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I might give a. I feel really bad about asking though. I feel really bad about like, hey, you want to collaborate? I don't know how to do that. I actually don't know how to like go out and ask for that. Maybe I should. I really should do a little bit of an effort to go about doing that. You know what I mean? I was making a joke about your inconsistent streams / posts. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I think I've been a little bit too more preoccupied with Twitter, but can you really blame me? I've been having a lot of fun on Twitter. I keep on producing tweets that just manage to really kind of gain traction. Too bad they're not things for stuff that I'm shilling, but now what are you gonna do? It does give you followers, but I did a little tweet about a little video, and it got just a mild bit of traction, just a smidgen of traction, a little overperforming, if you would. This was genuinely some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen. The guy, the kid that did the Game Awards, like photo bomb or whatever the hell you want to call it. The big shout out to my Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton or whatever. This kid's been everywhere the last like 6 months. He's been in like these like red pill podcasts where he just berates these OnlyFans girls. He's been he showed up in like various different influencers channels and stuff. He's got like 250,000 followers on Twitter already in 6 months, which is like insane. Evan Matan, and his most recent thing I think got trending because of both the overreaction and also the subsequent just cover of things. This part right here.
What's going on? How you guys doing? We love landlords. We're here to protest against the landlords and the unions. We love them. We love landlords. We love landlords. We love them a lot. We're all against unions. They're not fair to the corporate companies.
The more you do that, and the more you end up hurting.
You end up hurting.
The more you end up hurting capital.
This right here, this like repetition of what Hassan just said is, if people actually want to go out like IRL and fuck with Hassan, this is like the best way to do it, unironically, because he will get really, really, really frustrated and he will not be able to handle it, and you'll just kind of like psychologically dominate him essentially. So that part right there is like really, really funny.
The capital.
The quicker the strike will end.
The strike will end. Landlords, 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 landlords. We love landlords.
Okay, this part right here, though. This is the thing I think that got Evan the most attention from all this. Is like, this is the part where he just snaps and he starts to like move over. And Hassan's a pretty big dude. He's like what, 6'4", 6'5". He's a pretty tall dude. And Evan's like, a 15-year-old kid.
We love them. We love landlords.
He moves in. He's got the straightening up of his back. He's like making sure that he's big and tall and all that stuff. Like how gorillas will square up with each other in the wild. He's doing that right there. And the guy who's holding the camera is the guy I believe who came to this protest with Hassan. And
you want to move?
The guy with the camera knows that this is a really bad look. It's really a bad look when like a 30-year-old dude loses his cool with a fucking teenager to the point that he's trying to physically intimidate the kid. So good look on the camera, dude. You have a little bit more of a little bit more of a working brain than Hassan does.
Wait a little bit.
No, we love landlords. What's going on? How you guys doing? We love.
It's just it's really funny. It's really funny that Evan was able to get him this tilted, and that's really funny. This kid is annoying as hell. Yeah, but like, you know, listen, there's so many ways that people fuck with people IRL. This is like the most harmless way of going about it. This is like what's it called? This is like fuck, I can't remember the guy's name. The Eric Andre dude that went to the thing outside of the RNC, I think, and was like hassling the Alex Jones dude. I don't know. Listen, I find that relatively harmless. I don't think that there's anything wrong with like just kind of mildly fucking with a person IRL when they're live streaming like that. That's kind of funny. It's a lot better than like the people that will physically assault people that are live streaming or call in SWAT teams or something like that, you know? So I don't know. I've seen worse things. I hope that this sort of like trolling catches on because it's very funny and it's barely fucking a problem, honestly. It baffles me. Being short is tough. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I think he's like 15, so he's probably still growing, but I'm not entirely sure. Bullying Hassan is morally okay. I don't even know if it's bullying. I think he's just like mildly roasting him. But yeah, I wanted to go over that little bit right there to cover some of the funny stuff that was going on with that. Had a little bit of a laugh on Twitter, had a little bit of a giggle. Do you think NijisanjiEN will respond to the Google Docs? I think they absolutely have to. I think they absolutely have to in some way. It'll probably be a denial, but you never know. If they go forward with some sort of like lawsuit, it's going to be really ugly because from what I've gathered, there's like some people that are like really pissy at Lanza, but it largely seems like everyone's on her side on this. It's funny. Kotaku wrote an article on defending Hassan. Okay. I'm sorry. I keep on getting away from like the main topic to go on about funny memes about my Twitter interactions, but I had another little funny Twitter interaction the other day. I saw a tweet. I want to say, I forget who I saw posted it first, but it was basically a Kotaku art. Well, I guess I have to give like the full context for this.
Oh, hey there, kids. It's time for the
shameless shekel shakedown.
Have a good stream, Flam.
Oh, thank you. I will definitely have a good stream. Thank you for the $20. Holy shit.
Oh, hey there, kids. It's time for the
shameless shekel shakedown.
Hassan only talks a big game when there's a screen in the way.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I like I said before, like I said in the thing, Hassan's really not qualified or equipped to handle situations where he can't like mute the person in the chat who's like fucking with him. What is this amazing background GIF? It's a background GIF of Y'shtola from Final Fantasy XIV that is on Wallpaper Engine on Steam. If you don't have Wallpaper Engine, it's like probably the best $3 that you can buy on Steam, honestly. So yeah, that's it with that. But I bullied a Kotaku journalist the other day. I actually, and this isn't me just like blowing smoke up my own ass or anything like that. I actually genuinely bullied the shit out of a Kotaku journalist. It was in the lead up to the other reason why I haven't been streaming the last couple of days is because I've been really engrossed in a certain Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild ROM hack, one that leaked out 2 weeks early, if you will. I would never encourage people to download illegally shared software or anything like that. I'm just throwing it out there that I might have been busy playing a certain ROM hack. And Kotaku was talking about this ROM hack. And it's funny because Kotaku was blacklisted from getting early reviewer releases from Nintendo. Probably having something to do with the fact that they were going on about how the newest Metroid Prime remaster ran really good on emulation software, kind of implicitly implying that people should go out and pirate Nintendo games. And Nintendo was like, okay, well, how about you go and buy your own Nintendo games when everyone else does? And they got really pissy about that. I've heard a lot of people say that this is like censorship and that they're being silenced as the press or some shit like that. Really, really dumb stuff. But they got really, really mad about that. And one of the senior writers at Kotaku got really, really fucking butt mad about that. And he posted this. And I interacted with it. So he posted this of a guy who has kill markers for Imperial Japanese and German forces during World War II. Apparently this guy is like a pretty renowned ace who was like known as the one-man squadron or some shit like that. But he goes on, it's like, for the record, this is how I feel about publisher blacklists. And I just sort of added the context of, well, because they blacklisted us for uploading a step-by-step guide on how to pirate their software on Kotaku, I think we will show Nintendo our staff's maturity by implying we want to kill the ethnically Japanese publisher. Again, these are kill markings. This means that he shot down 6 Japanese planes and 6 German planes. And he deleted this. He deleted the original tweet and then screen capped me mocking him for that, and then posted this, and then deleted this, and then privated his account, and he like went on for like 2 days about how he was on private for like 2 days, and then later went on about how he was like, oh, I consider getting blacklisted a badge of honor, which, like, my dude, no, that's not what happened. I think a couple of news articles and YouTuber channels were all going on about this. I've been shown on like several people's channels about this, which was a little funny, a little bit of humor, I kind of wish this is the one that like made numbers, but it is how it is. Did he just admit defeat? Yeah, no, he admitted defeat. He definitely admitted defeat. It was it was pretty brutal. It was pretty brutal. But yeah, I don't know. I've been having a lot of fun back on Twitter. Some people have been kind of complaining about that, which I also kind of understand. But, it is what it is. Josh McVonus is the only good writer at Kotaku. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Oh, okay. One last thing. This guy, this Luke Plunkett guy. I think he's best well known for, well, besides wanting to kill ethnically Japanese game publishers because they blacklisted his rag of a website. He did an article about I don't want to show that part on stream. He basically did he basically did an article about the the Bluetooth butt plug peripherals that were being made for Animal Crossing's Switch game. Which that's yeah, this is a serious member of the press that we need to take seriously, guys. You gotta take this guy seriously. You gotta take this guy seriously. He's a serious writer for a serious publication. He's writing about serious things. What do you think about Ricada becoming a hedonistic degenerate? I haven't paid attention to that. I have a feeling that the people who are complaining about that might be blowing things way out of proportion. And if not, then like Ricada's a fucking adult. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. I'm not gonna get on his ass about that. I don't know, dude. Like I don't see much of a point in like harping on what people do in their private lives, honestly. I don't think he's like super broadcasting that out there. Like I think some people are complaining that the e-thoughts have become a little bit more of a problem in his like locals or whatever the fuck it's called, but I don't fucking care. It's none of my business. He's always been a lolbert, so yeah, nah. Honestly, like, as long as his wife is not, like, upset about it, I don't fucking care. Sonichu may have transferred from Ralph to Nick. Fuentes or Ricada? Supposedly him and Rage Piggy made amends. I have a feeling that Dick Masterson probably reached out about that. From what I've heard, Ralph has been doing good at keeping sober, or at least not drinking on stream. So, like, you know, as much as I personally don't like Ralph, I'm not gonna, like, you know, wish him ill on his attempt to try to get sober. I don't know. As if Flam doesn't solicit nudes from his Discord? Wait, what the fuck? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's somebody else in my Discord. It's mostly a meme though. It's our resident attack schizo Mufa, who's constantly asking for as he calls it, cunt pics. He's like, post cunt now. But not me. Never gonna find me trying to get nudes from a person on Discord. That seems to be a lot of YouTubers' fatal flaws, is they start asking for nudes or post boobs or some shit like that. I don't think we're gonna be doing that. I don't think we're gonna be doing that. That doesn't seem like it's a particularly good idea. We're gonna find, yeah, clunge posting. Hold on. Oh shit, wait, no, it's not. I thought the stream starting thing was still up there. Please, I've heard terrible rumors about you. Please tell me they're not true. People are spreading lies about you being into adult, fully grown women. No, I'm definitely into adult women. Ugh. I do have a thing for big boobs. Aw, dude. Apparently, like... apparently, like, one of the Vosh simps were, like, just randomly smearing me as a pedophile today or some shit like that. It's very weird. It's weird, too, because I was told by, like, a certain thin-skinned fat retard that wasn't happening, especially not from their YouTube or their Twitter or anything. So, you know, he's as full of shit as he is carbohydrates. Dude, it's weird. I got called a fucking pedophile for liking a 20-year-old cosplayer's post. It's fucking wild. People make shit like that. But you said numerous times you like flat-chested girls. I like petite girls too, but like I'm more liking a big boobs, honestly. I do like the big tits. Did you see that guy from the Surfs get BTFO'd on Timcast the other day? I heard about some of it, but like I didn't watch all of it. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. I don't know if anyone's got like any specific clips they want me to take a look at, but you know, we'll see later maybe. 20-year-olds are too young. Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. If the age gap is more than 4 years apart, then you're gonna get smeared as a pedophile by these people. It's fucking wild, dude. It really is. Oh boy. How are you guys doing? I'm sorry I'm again a little bit later than I was supposed to. You didn't watch it, did you? I watched part of it. Like I said, I haven't watched the whole thing. I saw like Destiny was going over it a little bit, but then he got kind of bored too. Lance is just an inherently dislikable person. Are you still trying to be friends with that snake Gator? I don't think Gator's like snaked me at all. Wait, did Gator like start shit or something? Because I don't think that's true either. I don't know. Dude, people no Dancing Gura on the stream? We can get a Dancing Gura on the stream. Let's see. Dancing Gura. Apparently, you're also a pedophile if you like Gargura. That's what I've learned. If you like this shark, it's also a sign of pedophilia. Gator had to distance himself? Maybe, I don't know. I think he follows me on Twitter. I'm not entirely sure. He disavowed you ages ago? I have no fucking clue. Did he? Oh, people posted the Zaion. Oh, thank God. Okay, it's a good thing I waited then. I was wondering because I read through the thing and I was posting something that was in the video, or not the video, the document, and I wanted to make sure, and I found it, and it was, let's see, what did she post? We're gonna go over the document that she uploaded in just a little bit. Oh God. Oh wow. Okay, this is gonna be so fucking autistic. Oh. So will this become a more common event, Flam actually streaming? Yeah, I need to stream a little bit more. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming again, like, regularly.
Oh, hey there, kids. It's time
This
for
week,
the
shameless shekel.
You might start
shakedown.
doing it when
Short,
Tears of
flat
the
adult
Kingdom
women
comes out.
don't exist anymore, Flam.
When Tears of the Kingdom officially comes out, because I've been, well, you know. I think Gator just facepalmed and said, stop doing dumb crap. Okay, because I think he still follows me on Twitter, so I don't think he, like, hates me. Maybe. I could be wrong, though. Dude, people... I guess that's, like, I think it's, like, the most annoying part, is that, like, I've seen people, like, constantly get mad at me for, like, all sorts of shit that I didn't do, which is, like, really fucking weird. It's, like, it's just a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass to, like, deal with people who just have no compunctions against lying. I again, as cringe as it is, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of siding with Destiny on this one. I think that I think people who just deliberately go out of their way to lie about people should just be physically beaten out in the streets as like a form of corporal punishment. It's a very, very, very base take, I think. So, like, if you willingly go out and just lie about people, you should just be beaten out in the street. It's, you know, it is what it is. Let's see. I think if you like accidentally lie, like if you spread a rumor about somebody, I don't think you should be doing that. That should happen. But if you like go out of your way to like say that I like false DMCA strike somebody, which these people have incessantly, which I didn't do, like yeah, you should just be like publicly beaten, dude. I think Gura's 30, ZXV Shoryuken. I know that the sharks are well, one of the sharks is trying to fight the other one. I think the other one was just mocking him. Did you hear the Rage Pig took pictures of an Australian crossdresser? Ugh. That's a little gross. All right. So, to the topic at hand. We are going to be going over a document that was uploaded, and I apologize to the people who like get really fucking animated and ass mad about this. I'm gonna be quote unquote doxing the person who is releasing this by talking about their other VTuber identity, that they're pretty clearly that person, but again, I'll be accused of doxing for it. So again, it's whatever. The Sayu Okami account, who is also known as the former person behind the NijisanjiEN Lanza account, uploaded this just 21 hours ago. That is a twit longer that leads to a Google document. For those of you who might need a little bit of a refresher, Zaion was a Nijisanji English VTuber who was summarily fired, like a complete termination of her contract. This was not a graduation. This was not a, we're parting ways amicably. Nijisanji told her to pack up and get the hell out. And they released a pretty extensive document of just... not document, but a statement that kind of outlined the myriad of offenses that she had that justified their termination.
Time for the shameless shekel shakedown.
Did you read my Streamlab dono?
I didn't. Hold on. I'm gonna pause the donation alerts until after this, just because I will get sidetracked and I will constantly go off the rails, and that's not good for me. So give me 1 second. Actually, I don't know if I did Junebug. Hold on. It might be the other. I don't know why I have two Streamlabs accounts, but I do, and people donate to either one of them. So it is. I got a little bit sidetracked there. Oh, thank you for the $1 from Junebug. If you like Bill, yeah, Junebug. to be fair, I liked it. Like I liked one like 10 or 11 years ago, and people are giving like absolute fucking shit for that. So it's very fucking weird. All right. Where was I? Jesus. This is why I need to turn off donation alerts, because I'll get sidetracked very easily. Okay. You need to set the Sukan method. Wait, what's Sukan method? Wait, what's the Sukan method? I'm waiting for somebody to like actually say it. Suk on the on these nuts. There we go. No, to be fair, I saw where it was coming. This becomes a little bit more important. So yes, these nuts, very funny, very funny. Oh, got him. All right. Let's get sorry. So, they release a long detailed statement about her firing from Nijisanji and got them basically completely shit canned off of their, their talent agency specifically. That was about 2 months ago. I want to say 2 or 3 months ago. Sayu is Zaion's new account, or her old account. I think this is her old life before she became a corporate VTuber. And she released this statement, and we're going to go over it, and we're going to go into some of the details that I think kind of clarify what was going on there, kind of add a little bit of context that might not be something that people understood right away, and a couple of other things too. So we're in for a long haul. So if you guys haven't, go get to the bathroom, go get something to drink, go get a snack, because this is going to be a little bit of time before we're done with this. But anyway, the twit longer reads, "Hello, regardless if you knew me or not, I am and will always be Sayu. Today, I wish to tell the story of a girl named Zaion who made mistakes, was shamed online, struggled with mental illness, and simply wished to belong somewhere." That's relatable. This story will cover several aspects, from directly addressing allegations and statements to her own experience. And like I said before, I'm just reading it. I understand the perspective is really fucky-wucky. It's just, this is how VTubers act, and this is how you talk about your previous incarnation as a VTuber. She got isekai'd into another lifetime or some shit like that. Zayu, as Depressed Nobusagi said, apparently. I saw he was streaming to 3,000 viewers today, so good for him. I'm glad he's back and he's fucking killing it. That guy got done wrong. The Google Doc below is formatted for easy navigation throughout several points within these topics. Intro plus addressing rumors. Before you read the Google document link, I ask you to read everything in this twit longer first. The entire document's purpose is to give context to what happened, not to make excuses for Zion's mistakes, or to encourage harassment of any kind to any party involved. Zaion does not absolve herself of the mistakes she did make and wishes to apologize to her community and those who were truly her friends behind the curtains for letting them down in any way. Please understand there are a lot of small things that went on and added up aside from what's written here. Several things are omitted for legal reasons, which we'll get into that a little bit later, I guess. Some of the reactions to this document have been less than supportive, and people are kind of hoping that Nijisanji tries to sue her for this shit, which would be really, really dumb, but would be extra content, I guess. But I really don't want that to happen, so hopefully that doesn't happen. Please also understand that taking screenshots / keeping receipts was not something Zaion ever kept in her mind until things really started to go south, and not with the intention to attack the company or anyone involved or anyone in it. I like that part. I like that part. Normally it's not a normal thing to just keep ongoing records of dirt on other people that you might need to use to defend yourself or stuff like that. But when you do YouTube stuff or anything, it kind of becomes normal, which is weird. I guess she's explaining to people who don't have that particular form of brain rot. Oh, I don't know. It's just really fucking funny. This is why she did not take screenshots of several of the earlier issues. Returning to myself, again, these fucking perspective changes are going to be a pain in the ass. I admit I did not understand exactly what victims of harassment went through, how mentally and sometimes physically damaging it is, and how hard it is to get any kind of help against it. Jeez, isn't that the fucking truth? Personally, I'm grateful for this experience so I can properly understand and empathize with others regarding this type of treatment. Thank you in advance for reading and for understanding and for granting us some of your precious time. Now, let's get into the Google Doc, and this is about 24 pages, so let's get into it. Before you read the next section, statements and allegations, I ask you to please read everything in this quote intro portion first. Please utilize the chapter links in the statements later for a proper understanding of what happened. Context for some of the statements made. Several of the allegations written on her termination were due to, in part, the differences in cultural background between Nijisanji, an agency based in Japan, and Zaion, a streamer catering to a global audience. We're going to get into this part because some of the things that get mentioned in this might not come off as a particularly big deal for people in the US, but this is sort of a big deal for Japanese companies specifically, both legally and also culturally. None of her VODs were privated by her decision. She did not believe in hiding her mistakes in this way and always wished to own up to them. This is the document's purpose. On the Shotokan topic, this is a long-running joke stemming before she was Zaion, coming from her origins as a mainly Genshin Impact streamer. Those who do not play Genshin wouldn't know this, but in the game, ever since the first release units, several of the meta units are characters that had the appearance of young boys, mainly Venti, who's not really even a young boy, it's just a femboy. I don't remember who Kazuya is or the other. I only played a little bit of Genshin and I got kind of bored. So, it's whatever. She's not attracted to him in any sexual way. It was appalled at the idea. Nijisanji also never brought this up as an issue throughout the course of her employment. Yeah, that's a little bit of American autism right there. Jesus Christ. Zaion agreed that separating would be the best for both sides, but the parties were not able to reach an agreement on a joint statement. So it sounds like she kind of wanted to leave anyway, and we'll get into the parts where she's very clearly frustrated with Nijisanji's treatment and poor management, honestly. But it's Nijisanji could have done this a lot more amicably, and that would have been a lot more reasonably, honestly, and it wouldn't have caused like nearly as fucking much drama as she just like out of nowhere graduated. While attempting to argue for a more peaceful narrative than the termination statement Nijisanji wished to make, Zaion did get written confirmation that Nijisanji had no intention at the time to cut off or discourage her from interacting with her remaining friends or other Nijisanji livers. She also confirmed that Nijisanji would not avoid commissioning or working with any creators that work with her in the future. This part's like reasonable, I guess. It doesn't sound like she's welcome to ever collaborate with any of the other Niji talents, but they won't like seek punitive measures if like she collaborates with somebody and be like, well, you collaborate with somebody that we don't like, so you're dead to us. NijisanjiEN displaying more fucking maturity than iDubbbz, which isn't hard. They also probably don't look like a disheveled homeless person, so they got that going for them too. And links a statement. Basically, she got a DM from them saying, "Hi Zaion, thank you for your question. Regarding interaction with Nijisanji livers, we would not stop/forbid you in this. And for creators who work with you in the future, we will not avoid to commission with them because of that. Thank you for your understanding." Again, a little bit more mature than iDubbbz, so good job on that one. Speaking, by the way, we're going to be covering iDubbbz tomorrow, I think. Regarding the harassment and doxing Zaion has received, she has been doxed down to a home address, name, and face by those expressing malicious intent. This happened right after her indefinite suspension on February 9th was announced, and Nijisanji did not communicate that it would take action against doxers. There is a substantial video and written proof of threats, including death and swatting. However, links will be omitted for legal reasons. Basically, Nijisanji viewers, corporate VTubers and corporate VTuber watchers in general, have a tendency to like way the fuck overreact when it comes to these sorts of things. They tend to get like really tribal and really defensive and aggressive, and it's it would probably be reasonable if you know that a person's getting swatted and doxxed and shit like that, to maybe let your insane rabid audience know that this isn't cool and that they probably shouldn't do that. You know, just a reasonable take, honestly. You know, I think a lot of people could probably stand to go about that. In December of 2020, Nijisanji released a statement declaring their efforts against doxing harassment. Despite that announcement, Nijisanji did not inform Zaion that it would be taking action against the spread of personal identifying information, defamatory misinformation, and daily harassment towards Zaion while she was suspended as an active liver. So this part right here is just like Nijisanji says that they're going to go out of their way to defend their talents, identities, and like privacy and all that stuff. And from a first-hand account, that's just not happening, or at least it's not communicated to the people who are actually working there. So that's rough. I admit I did not understand exactly what victims of harassment went through, how mentally and sometimes physically damaging it is, and how hard it is to get any kind of help against it. Personally, I'm grateful for this experience so I can properly understand and empathize with others regarding this type of treatment. Thank you in advance for reading, for understanding, and granting us some of your precious time. So it's, again, some of the stuff is different, but like it's basically the twit longer. Statements and allegations. I like to preface this by saying I do not want any third parties to use what myself or Zaion or any are about to reveal or twist our words in any way to damage the reputation of Nijisanji or its livers. We understand that Nijisanji as a brand had to do what it felt was in the best interest for its business. The following will be providing context and responding to the statements and allegations against Zaion. Using copyrighted song in her stream without prior authorization. The vague usage of copyright infringement claimed here by Nijisanji is actually referring to December 18th, 2020, when Zaion had chose to play the first cover song release one of her genmates on the stream to support them by showing her own fan base. Zaion was not aware that this is considered a breach of copyright and was corrected by staff and told to request specific permission for this in the future. Zaion did agree to this and apologized thusly for her mistake. However, this remained on her record and was also one of the reasons for her first suspension during New Year's that we refer to as the New Year's suspension. It kind of seems like a little bit of a very meh deal, but you have to understand with Japanese companies in particular, you don't ever want to run afoul of copyright stuff. This is kind of the reason that Calliope Mori had to like beg incessantly on stream to play Persona 3. Japanese companies are very touchy when it comes to copyright. Atlas specifically Persona, but like companies in general, and these companies are also based in Japan, so they kind of want to remain on good relationships with them. It's not necessarily a bigger deal in like US or other industries, but like don't ever run afoul of copyright law in a fucking Asian company. It is not a good time. Number 2, revealing internal information that can potentially cause issues for stakeholders during her stream. This statement refers to the instance that Zaion's last Good Job stream, where she spoke about permissions regarding playing Hogwarts Legacy on stream, seen here from 3 minutes to 30. So we'll play that real quick. At 30 minutes.
Did I reconfirm Hogwarts perms? No, unfortunately. Well, I mean, we did have them, but like the thing is with like all the controversy stuff, it's a little bit risky to play. I personally actually don't care, but no, not for everyone else, right? Like I don't want to like drag down like, you know, the company and whatever else. Like just because I don't care, I don't want to drag everyone else down with me. So I'm like kind of forced to wait, which is fine. I get them wanting to wait and see. Maybe we can see if it's not too bad. But you know, until we see. What?
The alleged mistake here was that Zaion stated that they did have permission to play the game at some point, and Zaion spoke about this like any other game that had gotten confirmed permissions that was a publicly released game, and after this was, and this was after staff requested that EN not play the game. So that's actually kind of interesting. That part right there is that like they specifically asked their English talents to not play it. It seems as if NijisanjiEN wanted to just like skip all that autism like completely. Didn't want to have to be bothered with that hassle, which is kind of smart, honestly. Oh, let's see. Zaion recognized the controversy around the game is a very difficult topic. Number 3, making statements that could lead to speculation or leaking of internal information using social media accounts that she personally operates during her activity suspension time. This is referring to 2 instances. First, as Zaion was forcibly locked out of all of her accounts during her second suspension, she resorted to using her past life Twitter account to browse Twitter. She did make the mistake of liking a random reply that she was browsing, though, and did unlike it after realizing her mistake. So, just to be clear, her main mistake was she liked a tweet. It wasn't that she responded to a tweet. It wasn't that she retweeted it. It's not that she posted anything. It's that she liked a tweet. And people are speculating that this right here is tweet in question. Basically around her second suspension. Briefly about the situation around Zaion, it should be noted that most of the indignant have never watched Zaion at all before, which does not prevent them from canceling her. Ain't that the fucking truth? So Dark Humor Club, if you don't like it, watch the streams of the other 30 NijisanjiEN VTubers. A man stands at the edge of the bridge, suddenly slaps in the bag. Excuse me, can you please take the kittens who turned off the lights? It even got dark in my room, and then just people freaking out that there's dark humor, which is very, very, very gay. Now show Kyo's past life tweet harassing Sayu. If somebody has that, DM it to me. I don't have that on hand. See. Second also refers to Zaion's previously owned Discord server admin making a post about how production for those mouse pads that were owed to previous subathon supporters were finally being made. No intention to sell those as merchandise products was ever emphasized. Is this her past life, or is it just like something else? But previously owned Discord server admin. So was this even something that she did? No, not Kyo, the news VTuber. I think Kyo is like some person that like doesn't like Zaion or Sayu or whatever the fuck. Let's see. Hi, I have an announcement for those waiting on sticker redeems, giveaway prizes, and any other type of merch. Some shipments are delayed due to a certain vendor being on vacation. I meant to announce this sooner. My apologies. He has been on vacation for a while and won't be back to work for a week or two or longer. Thank you for all for your patience in supporting Sayu. Okay. The production of Sayu mousepads is back up and running. When there are more updates available, they will be posted here. However, this could be perceived as planning to leave the company and hinting fans at doing so. Zaion did explain the situation in a voice call to staff. However, after claiming that they would check on the facts for each of these instances, they are still listed on her termination letter, showing absolutely zero signs of remorse for her behavior. And an excerpt from the cancellation notice for Zaion shown below. I would probably just say termination notice, honestly. I would say that's probably the better way to put, just because of how ubiquitous that word is for other things now. It's yeah. Okay, yeah, this is probably the tweet that did it though, yeah. Number 4, offensive remarks regarding discrimination and sexual assault. These are also referred to 2 separate instances. The first on the topic regarding sexual assault, Zaion felt horrible that she made the mistake. This refers to a joke made during her stream of the game The Karaoke, a chillest art horror game. A lot of streamers, Zaion included, turn on streamer mode, and their brains try to keep several hour stream constantly lighthearted and entertaining by making a joke out of everything that goes on. Unfortunately, she forgot the situation of the space she was in. I like the phrasing of that. I like the phrasing of that. It's like, listen, I forgot that like I had a sizable amount of people who might have been watching that are like hyper neurotic people with pronoun bios in their fucking Twitter. It's I forgot that they might like absolutely chimp the fuck out about the well, I guess this is why she got raped. Or hold on, let's see. I want to see this. Is this a segment that she's talking about? Let's see. This might be it. I've never heard of this. I've never heard of this game studio before. Honestly, to be fair, like when I turn on streamer mode, it's generally like, okay, don't drop the hard R and don't drop the soft A. Like I know that you do that with your friends. Don't do that. Don't do that on stream. Let's see. Oh my God, hurry up, video player, Jesus. Yeah, I dropped the hard Enwa. Well, I also call people swits. Or svits. Or what's the slur that they call you in Morrowind when you steal shit?
Normal manhwas. I just read that one, Yowie.
Uh-oh. Zaion, you better frickin' shower. I don't wanna be simping and defending a frickin' Fujo.
Done? No, I wasn't done. I think you're too cultured to know this. I don't know what you're talking about. Thank you so much for the super, Makoto. I thought Zaion was saying so. I am say so. I didn't read any other manhwas other than that, you know. Which manhwa? The warehouse. Chapter saved. Okie doke. Oh.
That character has no ass. That character has a Hank Hill ass. There is no ass on that person.
What's wrong with her leg? Is that a stocking? Oh.
Decent boobs though.
Oh. Man, no wonder she got. Yeah. Wow. Hi.
So, you know, it's apparently the character gets like raped or something. I have no freaking idea. I don't play these sorts of games. But people got like really mad about that or something. I don't know. The abs do look pretty good. I heard you made a comment on Gargura fans being seen as peds. I agree. Not all of them are lolicons. Lolicons just find legal loopholes to engage in kitty fetishes. She attracts them, sadly. Yeah, I guess like the main problem with that though is that like, from my understanding, Gura's like the same kind of body type as her model, right? Like she got confused for a kid at the airport. Like the flight attendants thought that she was like an unattended minor or some shit. So it's just like, you know, I don't know. It's whatever. I'm not gonna get into all of that, but like, people like that exist, and like, whatever. She said she wanted to leave the room before getting raped. Oh, okay.
Yeah, clothes. Cool breeze and ocean breeze. Yeah, and let's see, and that one, and I didn't say nothing. I said nothing. I'm just.
So, you know, very, 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 very harmless joke that really didn't like actually amount to anything. So people made a mountain out of molehill on that one, honestly. She forgot the situation, the space she was in, made the joke that was inappropriate. There was no malicious intent, and for that she makes full responsibility. The comment was not aiming to make light of sexual assault or its victims. Since it could not be said at the time, Zaion apologizes for it. Honestly, I don't think she really did anything that wrong, honestly. So, I think she should have just like, it was a joke. Fucking relax. Jesus Christ. The fucking pronoun bio Twitters get like really fucking uppity about this shit. Second, regarding any offensive remarks involving discrimination, no serious remarks were ever made towards a specific people or culture. There was an instance at Zaion's second ever live stream on December 11th, where a viewer jokingly asked if they could use the term Zionists as a fan name for her community. She clearly stated, "I don't think we can use that," in response, knowing full well that it was not her place to use such a term. Unfortunately, Nijisanji characterized Zaion's nervous laughter when addressing the viewer's comment as remarks mocking political or religious beliefs in her termination letter, even though this was not the case. Yeah, 100%. I'm very glad she didn't actually fucking apologize for that, because she clearly wasn't being like, hey, yeah, Zionist or whatever. Like, she's like, oh, that's a political landmine. We're not doing that. That's not even a joke about like Zionists in general. It's a joke about like being self-aware enough to know what that is. It's like, yeah, I'm not touching that with a fucking pole. Oy vey. That right there was a joke. Clips of this instance can be found online, but links were omitted for legal reasons. Several infringements of the rules pertaining to the use of games defined by Any Color Inc., including institutional or intentional infringements and repeated false justifications given to Any Color Inc. regarding these infringements. This may be referring to several items, which, you know, I really wish when they did this sort of stuff, they would give like an actual, instance, you know what I mean? Like an actual explanation for this. It seems like they should be required to do that, at least to the talent, but I guess not. It's just very awkward that she has to like intuit what was going on. Several infringements of the rules, this may refer to several items. First, a stream on February 4th that was a Nintendo game. Zaion had made successful Nintendo streams in the past, leading up to the stream on the 4th, complying to rules which will not be stated here. However, on the 4th, Zaion made a mistake. YouTube has an autofill function for its video descriptions. Kind of. I think I know what she's talking about. Like, it's not the description, but it's the game that you're playing that gets listed as a description, which I'm gonna guess is what she meant, hopefully, because if not, she's not right on that one. But I think that's what she meant to say. She used it that day and missed the adjustment part of the description, and it was notified by her manager as such midstream. Her manager adjusted for her. Zaion thanked them for that and apologized for her mistake. Basically, it listed the wrong game that might have been a game that she didn't have permissions to play, and there was a little bit of a freak out about that. I have to imagine. Second, regarding the Final Fantasy XIV account in use. Simply put, Zaion made a choice that was not what was agreed upon, and thus was completely the fault of Zaion. The rumor of Zaion using mods is false. This part right here is very important. To give a little bit of context, the massively popular or the massively multiplayer. Wait, what's the meme? Hold on, I need to get the actual meme for this. I'm talking about Final Fantasy XIV, so I gotta do it right at least once. Sorry. The critically acclaimed, massively multiplayer online role-playing game, Final Fantasy XIV, with the expanded free trial, which you can play through the entirety of A Realm Reborn, and the award-winning Heavensward expansion, up to level 60 for free with no restrictions on game time. The reason why she is very emphatic to list this is that Final Fantasy XIV has a very strict no mod policy. To an extent, the use of third-party add-ons and software is technically forbidden by the game's terms of service. However, there are certain add-ons that are like quality of life things that Square genuinely just doesn't give a shit about, or only gives a shit about if you're being an asshole about it. One of the specific ones is like a DPS meter, and if you use the DPS meter to shit on people who might be underperforming in a fight, then you might be subject to a ban, but like otherwise they're fine with that. But you gotta be careful because, again, it's a touchy subject when it comes to Square Enix, especially since they had like a pretty massive cheating scandal with one of their raid instances, like, I want to say like 3 months ago. Yeah, and in Japan they care too. Partially because the game is primarily for like PlayStation 4 users in Japan. So they try to make sure that like the PlayStation 4 people have like, you know, don't feel bad that they're playing on a PlayStation 4. What staff wanted was a new character upon a new account. New accounts require the game, along with subsequent story skips or level boosts, to all be officially bought from the Square Enix store in order to participate in the content that Zaion had readied. No form of compensation for this or the new Genshin or other game accounts was discussed. Basically, she was wanting to do Final Fantasy stuff, and they were like, well, you got to make a new account, and they hadn't discussed the money that would be required to buy the game software again and a new account again and all that sort of stuff, which is pretty cringe. I think that, you know, if you're gonna make your talents use a different account, just write it off as a fucking business expense. You can just write it off as a business. Well, she could have done that too, but like they should have just handled that for her, honestly, if they're telling her to go out of her way to make a new account. Zaion regrets that she had a poor lapse in judgment. She chose to use a character she already had and simply had little to no logs. While she changed the character name and past life issues came up, she did tell her manager that she would make a new character and did not. She explained this to staff and apologized for her lack of compliance on this. It's a bit of a hassle to be a corporate VTuber. Write-off doesn't mean free. Yeah, but like, it's a justifiable business expense, and they can write it off on taxes, can't they? I imagine, anyway. I don't know how that works, actually. I've never had to, like, write off expenses before. Right. Expressing her will to perform streams using illegal games, also referred to as pirated games. Like I said before, do not engage in copyright shit that in Asian countries, because they will beat you up there. They'll beat the living shit out of you for that. It's generally not worth it, and people get in a lot of trouble for that stuff in Japan. I think there was like there was a VTuber that like had to make a big public apology because he used torrent software. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad over there. You gotta kind of step on eggshells when it comes to intellectual property over in Japan. That being said, it also kind of lays a often misconstrued notion that ROM hacks are illegal in any way. They're not. It's illegal to download ROMs to like get the game that you want without paying for it. But if you own a copy of the software, you are 100% legally within your rights to mod it however the fuck you want to and play it on emulation if you so choose, as long as you also have the game hardware for that. This is Supreme Court precedent. This is not up for debate. This is 100% legal. This seems to be taken out of context as well. Zaion did reply to a chatter saying that she used to play ROM hacks, which is technically a pirated form of the game. No, actually, it's not. This is just wrong. It is not a technically form of piracy. It is 100% legal. She recognized in retrospect that ROM hacks are technically privacy. It was a violation of company policy. No, it's not. Zaion recognizes that piracy does go against company policy, which is why she never condoned piracy nor streamed emulated games. Again, I would just say she didn't do anything wrong in that one, and she should not apologize for it. Comments that can be considered offensive to the rights holder of a game during... Now we're getting into some of the pedantic shit. We're not getting into the most pedantic of the shit, but this is where shit just gets fucking silly. Comments that can be construed as offensive to the rights holder during a game stream. This is referring to the stream where Zaion was playing Uno. Ubisoft's multiplayer user interfaces results in it being incredibly difficult to change a username, so she criticized the game for not being user-friendly. I get that you don't want to have your VTuber talents publicly discouraging or disparaging companies that you might want to engage in business partnerships with, but saying that their fucking UI in the game sucks and it's very cumbersome and very inconvenient to try to change basic things is really dumb. Giving false information to other NijisanjiEN livers regarding the contents of her communications with AnyColor Incorporated. This is only referring to a misunderstanding regarding Zaion using her Genshin and other past life gacha accounts. Zaion did not tell her genmates that she was told that using her old accounts would be okay. She merely told them that she was not told in the interview process this was not okay. She was conveyed to staff as well during their discussions about using private life game accounts. See debut week first VOD, which I'm not going to go through the whole thing of that, I don't think, because I think it's like an entire VOD. Oh, here, right here. This is where things started just to double check. I asked my manager if I could use my Genshin account of nearly 3 years. The game was huge for me. I had a long-standing relationship with the game as a content creator, and it was a significant part of my career growth that I would stream that game multiple times each week on Twitch as an indie, and it was my comfort place. Oh man, get a better game, fam. I'm sorry. I don't see how people play that game every day. I really don't. That sounds fucking awful. Several other talents in the EN branch were also streaming while using game accounts they owned before the company. Even though the precedent was there, I was trying to see if there were any other rules that they wish for me to follow. My manager said, for your Genshin stream, if you're using an account that you were previously using when streaming Genshin, please make sure your user ID is not visible or change it if it is possible. Thanks a lot. So actually, what happened was Zaion was unclear about her company's policy about that. She reached out for clarification and was told point blank, it's okay. Just make sure your stuff is not visible. Just make sure your ID is not visible. That's all we're asking. They later on changed this and then tried to pretend that like she was being an asshole for this. I do play FGO every day. That's true. So actually, Zaion is just downplaying this. She didn't missay something. It was misconstrued as something like that. She was flat out told by a person who was above her in the company that it was okay, and that was later, it had it later changed for that. Which is like, no, that's not your fault. Like, your manager should be a little bit more competent. So that's really dumb. Falsely claiming to have received permission from AnyColor after a viewer commented on Zaion performing an action prohibited by the rules. This may refer to Zaion opening her YouTube memberships after checking that all of her membership perks were within the rulings of Nijisanji. She had gotten the emotes and badges approved by her manager and thus assumed that as long as her perks were also within the ruling, she could activate them for Christmas for her fans after they had asked. She apologized to staff for not asking for their approval. Listen, if this is going to be like a problem, if like your talents setting up things for their YouTube memberships is like going to be a problem, then maybe like don't have them do it. Maybe like take it out of their hands. Maybe just, if you're going to engage in that level of micromanaging, actually fucking micromanage the channel. Don't like leave it to this fucking confusion. That's just really dumb. That's just really dumb. Falsely claiming to be sponsored by a okay. Here's the pinnacle of actual just retardation at this point. Falsely claiming to be sponsored by a brand during the stream. The Cats Organized Neatly stream that was done by Zaion had a running gag where she had commissioned an artist to make an asset of a bag of nuts labeled D's Nuts. Many jokes were made over the stream, including, oh boy, I really love D's Nuts. Yeah, I've been supporting D's Nuts for a long time now, etc. And in actuality, she is not sponsored by the pre-existing These Nuts brand that was not known to her existed when the asset was created. And we got a little bit of context for this, too. So I want to check the date on this, because I have a feeling. Uploaded January 18th, 2023. Let's take a look at these nuts. I'm going to say that a lot, by the way. So there's an actual brand called These Nuts, because of course there is. Let's check out their About Us, though. Specifically, right here, copyright 2023. Let's take a look at their Twitter real quick. Well, actually, no, their Twitter was made in like 2016. Okay, that doesn't help us. Let's see. We'll check their YouTube page. When was their YouTube page made? Oh, well, maybe they didn't trademark it then by then. Because apparently this has been going on for 3 years now. Jesus Christ. I saw that 2023 thing, and I was like, wait a minute. Chances are this wasn't trademarked, was it? Yeah, and again, it seems weird that and I don't want to shit on this guy too much, but Vox Akuma, who's another Nijisanji talent, claimed to be sponsored by Manscaped because his balls were all smooth, and he's not. So that's a little weird. It's a little weird that you're like listing this as a reason, but like other people get a pass for that. I think they were just trying to like make up things to fit a narrative that they were firing the person for cause, but you never know. Starting to notice a little bit of a pattern where the management seems to be a little capricious in its rules. The trademark was registered in 2011. Okay, fair enough. Jeez, 2011, really? Jesus. But Vox brings in the Minheras and the Gachikois, please understand. Listen, I'm not going to talk too much shit about Vox Akuma. A friend of mine just got a pretty big collaboration with him, so I'm very happy for my friend. Didn't someone post an extended clip of what you saw of him not saying not sponsored? Seemed like a quick self-save for him. It's just, it's so fucking, it's such a fucking, it's such a clear meme that like, it's whatever. We already went part about this one. Giving likes to comments falling under defamation of Nijisanji Livers and Any Color Inc. using social media accounts that she personally operates. This is accurate in some capacity. Only one like was given to an accident to a single tweet. It's like I said, we showed that tweet before. It was simply like people overreacting to a mildly edgy joke that she had made. Which is really dumb. She didn't like anything relating to death threats or doxing or anything like actually malicious. It was a simple meme that was making fun of the people who got really fucking ass mad that she made a slightly off-color joke. Incidentally, as Zahara channel has linked, another Nijisanji talent has liked certain social media posts that Let's see. As a victim of sexual assault, if I see any of y'all supporting any of these motherfuckers right now, get out of my sight. Person or avatar doesn't matter. It's that's something to joke about or defend the person or their behavior. They're grown adults. That's all I'm saying about this. Exactly. Disparaging her, apparently this is like a past life. I'm not entirely sure. Is there a channel? Do you want to give the context of this? Off color, more like any color. Remember, it's only bad if Zaion likes a tweet that's mostly just in support of her against insane people that aren't in her audience. Numerous other actions and comments infringing the contracts and rules. This statement is too vague to comment upon. There are no specifics that can be mentioned. However, this suggests that Zaion had committed other wrongdoing. Quinn is the private life. Okay. Yeah. Listen, retweeting a subtweet or like replying positively to a subtweet, that right there, that's a-okay. That's a-okay. Yeah, that's fucking insane. Their important conclusion. In their last call, Zaion begged for them to consider a more professional approach to future commentary between the two sides. To this, Nijisanji refused, stating that they needed to protect their brand. Didn't do that. I don't think that's working out too well for them. I've seen some of the public perception around Nijisanji around this. Doesn't seem super positive. Like, there's some people that are like really going hardcore to defend them, but not a whole lot, honestly. Zaion agrees with the decisions that she did make mistakes and agreed that separation was appropriate for both sides. I believe that there were a lot of things provided without proper context that negatively impacted her character. In the end, Zaion wishes that these things could have gone differently. Some Nijisanji members have spoken out about Zion's termination, and she wishes to avoid giving context on that here, and she does not wish to direct harassment towards anyone else. Which, some of them were kind of talking shit about her when she was terminated, which is a little fucking cringe, not gonna lie. That aside, Zaion sees this as a huge learning experience and sincerely hopes that everyone can move on from this chapter. Which is fair, because she's not, I don't think she's doing this out of malice. I think she's trying to give, like, the context going on behind the scenes, specifically the stuff that they accused her of. She's been very even-handed and in some cases just completely trying not to shit on them. So it's been pretty good so far. Now we're going to get into her grievances with the company. Zaion's personal experience. I'd like to preface this by saying I do not want any third parties to... She says this like multiple times. I guess that's good for her. This is Zaion's first-hand accounts of things chronologically listed from the moment she was onboarded to her final moments. I'm gonna get a she gaslit. God damn. Yeah. Oh my god. That aged really well, by the way. The she gaslit me meme, that aged extremely well, exceedingly well. I wanted to ask everyone to put themselves in Zaion's shoes for a moment in the present. As a content creator who has been doing this full time for over a year, way before joining Nijisanji, it's hard to go about your day supporting your friends on Twitter multiple times. It's hard going about your day supporting your friends on Twitter multiple times every single day and reading their content as you used to. Then, when the suspensions and termination happen, you're told you must obey the silencing contract, but what this results in is being completely blocked or unfollowed by several people who you have considered to be your friends or who cared deeply for a long time. Jeez. Isn't that fucking relatable? Jesus Christ. That is actually true though. Like that, it is rough. It is rough for suddenly and for no reason whatsoever to be to just be completely shit out and find out that the people that call themselves your friends are not really a good friend at all. It's really fucking rough, and it really kind of it really shows who's like worth anything or not, you know what I mean? It's I'm talking now from like personal experience. It is very rough when people just pretend that you don't exist anymore because it is unpopular to do so, I guess. It's fuck. Yeah, that I personally can relate to this sentiment. It is definitely relatable, even though I've never been part of a corporate YouTuber company. It's a yeah. Sorry, I'm just I'm just trying to process it a little bit because I sort of skimmed through this document. I didn't read this part out there, and it's it's rough, dude. Like it is genuinely pretty rough to count on people as friends, to have them say that they're friends, and then to maintain their public facing thing or whatever, to just have them I mean, it really just it's not the what's it called, it's not necessarily the betrayal that really bothers you as much as it's the realization that they were just completely fucking lying to you. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody does that to like save face or whatever, they really weren't a friend to you. They just sort of saw you as a means in which to like further their own position, but it's that like finding out that like your trust in them was misplaced. It may be hypocrisy, but like it's mostly just like it's an empty, it's unironically just an empty feeling. You can't have friend on the internet, just acquaintances. I try to do that, I guess. I don't know. I have a couple of people online still that I consider friends, but you know, it's just it's rough. Fucking hell. Yeah. I'm sorry. We know Flam TRR crashes and burns. The Ralph thing wasn't really surprising. Part of it also is probably Ralph's substance abuse, which I think is like 95% of like his issues, and hopefully that actually like gets addressed or something. Yeah. Keep your circle small. Yeah. It's not even the like the people that you hang out with IRL, you know what I mean? People that you like go out of your way to like hang out with IRL and are excited to like hang out with you IRL, or say that they're excited to hang out with you IRL, can completely just 180 yeah. Sorry, I'm getting a little fucking melancholic on this shit. I actually did not expect to like personally relate to this shit. I'm getting all sappy and stuff, but like it's fuck me if it isn't true, dude. Holy fuck. I'm gonna drink real quick. I'm gonna get a little sip. A lot like the Silverveil thing. Yeah. To be fair with the Silverveil thing, some of it felt like, especially with how they treated Nux, was a little bit of it sucks when it happens to me sort of thing. It's sort of like what happened with Tipster. It's like I can empathize on Tipster on like some level, but at the same time, like he's complaining about shit. Tipster and fucking Michael Alberto, both of them are definitely like people who got like faced with like a very similar thing, and were very, very dismissive or outright just shitty to me when it happened to me. So now that it's happening to them, it's a little bit harder to empathize with that because they kind of engage in that shit. You know, it's sort of like, well, I mean, yeah, it does suck when it happens to you, doesn't it? like I'm shitting on them just a little bit for that. But like, you know, unironically, if either of them were like, you know what, you were right, this does suck, and I'm sorry or whatever, I'd completely fucking forgive them. It's at that point where like you have to actually like personally wrong me to like on an intentional and deliberate malicious level for me to like completely burn the bridge, which is like why as much as Rackets is reconciling with Ralph, probably thanks to Dick, I don't think I can do that. All right. We're gonna stop gaying up the stream. I made this about personal drama, gay shit now. But what this results in is suddenly being blocked or unfollowed by several people who you have considered your friends and who you cared for deeply for a long time. People who knew her as a person and still cared for her return are even harassed for caring for their friend, which is very true. It's absolutely true. Zaion became increasingly afraid of hurting the few friends that she had left and avoided many of them completely. She still doesn't know how some of her friends feel about her now. Dude, that's fucking rough. That's actually fucking rough. I'll link Zaion's new account in the description at the end of the video. It's okay. It's okay to cry, Flam. You can punch a wall later. I'm not punching any walls. One, I don't want to piss off my landlord, and two, my walls are like pretty fucking thick, dude. I do not want to I do not want to break my fucking hand. That would not make me feel better. Wait, did he really scrub? Jesus Christ. Dude, whatever. Like, again, it's really fucking hard. It's really fucking hard to feel bad for, it's really fucking hard to empathize with people that, you know, do that sort of shit. You know what I mean? Let's see. But what this results in is being people who knew her as a person still cared about her in return are even harassed for caring for their friend. Zaion became increasingly afraid of hurting the few friends that she had left and avoided many of them completely. She doesn't know how some of her friends feel about her now. God damn it. God damn it. That's really rough too, dude. That's really fucking rough. I like like even if the person can't like be seen publicly associating with you, like you could feasibly get into DMs and just be like, hey, like, they kind of told us all this stuff. I can't, like, go about, like, talking to you, but, you know, I'm sorry that this happened, and I'm, like, rooting for you or whatever. Like, just that, unironically, if you don't want to put out your neck for somebody, that's reasonable, you know what I mean? I would never demand that, like, if I'm getting, like, publicly harangued or whatever, for people who I'm friends with to, like, you have to come out and publicly defend me or something like that. If you're just, like, saying I can't really, like, defend you out in public, but, like, I'm hoping that you're doing okay in private, like, that's like a good friend right there. That's a good friend right there. It's rough, dude. It's rough. Jesus Christ. We're getting into, like, the fucking waterworks shit now. This is gay. Fucking hell. Jesus. She still lives in constant fear of making everyone feel uncomfortable just by being her. Okay, so I hadn't watched Depressed Nobusagi's shit. The people in the chat that did, how fucking hard did this hit him? I'm just curious. I'm just like, because he took it pretty bad. Add to the fact that she's autistic. Yeah, I mean, that adds its own level of complications and shit, where you just sort of, like, take people as they fucking, you know, say at face value. He cried exactly at the part. Yup. That, dude, that is, Jesus Christ. So, to kind of clarify with this, Pippa was sort of talking about this during her Pokemon stream also. And I felt this a little bit, like, even yesterday when I was hanging out in Sawa-sama's chat. When you're like when you're also a streamer and you go into somebody's chat and you're just there to, like, chat or whatever, there's always like a little bit of apprehension that you might go to do that. If you're, like, relatively known enough that you might, like, derail the chat or the conversation or something like that, and it can feel, like, really awkward. And that's even when, like, people are, like, thinking the world of you. If you're, like, a controversial or, like, you know, person that might not be well received in that thing, it's fucking genuinely, like, paralyzing to, like, go into their chat and say, hey, what's up or whatever. Because then, because you're going in there to say hi to a person whose content you like. You might be, like, friends with, you might be friends with them. You might just be a viewer. You might be, like, something like, you know, whatever. And you go in there and you say, hey, what's up? And then, like, suddenly the entire chat is like a fucking hornet's nest, and it's all because you said hi, and then you feel bad because you might have, like, brought down the mood in a person whose content you like stream, and then you just don't want to fucking, like, talk in there anymore, and you don't want to, like, deal with that shit anymore. It's like, it's really, it actually is, like, really fucking rough. And Depressed No Usagi was talking about this in his like, hiatus announcement video. And he was crying back then about how he felt like utter dog shit that he couldn't go into the VTubers that he likes is like chat and say hi for fear of like causing an autism storm, essentially. So yeah, I kind of predicted that would be something that would have hit him in the feels, and that's rough. That's rough as fuck, dude. Shit, dude. Zaion was someone who was always incredibly excited to spend time with her friends IRL at cons, and they would go out of her way to do so. The constant cycle of guilt and trauma drove Zaion to a very dark place, and still does. Jesus Christ. Oh man. This is I was not expecting the rest of the document to be this like I was reading like I said I was skimming through. I was not expecting it to be this fucking heavy, dude. Holy shit. It's probably like that hit me specifically in the feels type shit, but like jeez Louise, man. That's sad. Oh, fuck me. Because it does. It unironically does. You know, it might be it actually is, but like it might be considered like super terminally online to be like you know, what's it called? To be like, oh, I got canceled. I got like alienated from my entire friend group. But like, she probably spent like the better part of her entire VTuber career building up connections and friendships with the people that she was working with, so that like when they collab, it's like fun and lighthearted and it's a good time for everybody. And to have that completely removed and to be completely like, you know, frozen out from like a segment of that is like, I'm not gonna lie, dude, it can be genuinely fucking depressing. Like it can be genuinely fucking awful. It's rough, dude. I don't think I'm like fully on that. I still have like friends that are like still even putting up with my shit today. But I can definitely empathize with that. It's pretty fucking awful. It's pretty fucking rough, dude. Because like I said before, because I didn't know that about I didn't know that she was autistic, if she is actually autistic. I think that's why like betrayal hits people like that so hard, because when you're autistic, you sort of like take things at face value. You might not like intuit the more subtle things sometimes. And like when people say that they're friends with you, you kind of take them at their word for it. And when they say that like when you say that you know you like hanging out with them, they take that at face value, and then to find out that's a lie is that's fucking crushing. Because then what happens is that you start like getting paranoid and you start questioning whether or not like all of your friendships were full of shit, or if only just some of them were, and like why even fucking bother and all that shit. It's just rough. There are people that she trusted and told her struggles to. Some understood, and some understood this as her gaslighting or guilting them when she confided in them. That's fucking rough. It's true that most of them don't really know Zaion as a person, but that's not fair. But it's not fair that The simple way they knew her is now forcibly replaced by this storm of complicated and strong words that don't actually have her in them. Jesus Christ, that's fucking relatable too. It goes on without saying that the characters we play online aren't the full us. You can't assume how bad someone feels, how sad they are, just because they play a happy character online. Just speaking for myself, what banner I'm under or what character I play never changed my own style. I did read as much as I could about what everyone was saying, be it on YouTube news videos. Wait, did I cover? I don't remember if I covered her or not. Jeez, I really fucking hope she's not. I really fucking hope she didn't watch mine. Jesus Christ. Various posts on Twitter, posts on my YouTube account, or yes, even DMs sent to my Twitter. I want to make it known that I read every Twitter DM and just about every YouTube comment. Which, if you guys are feeling like she got the raw end of the stick and that you want to go and reach out to her, gonna leave her Twitter. You guys want to send a quick DM her way, just to tell her that you're rooting for her or anything like that. Go ahead and do that, because that can really fucking make the difference, unironically. I never underestimate the power of reaching out to somebody and asking how they're doing. It's very helpful. After everything, Zaion felt like a failure. She felt like her dream and who she was at her core was now ruined because of this experience. Jeez. She did desire to end her own life, but jeez Louise. But each and every kind message pulled her back from the brink. Without all of you, a person would no longer... Jeez Louise. Some of her stories will be omitted for legal reasons. Please respect this. August interview asked about my current monthly income. When I received the first email asking me to interview with Nijisanji, I confirmed a time slot that they had already listed as an offer and waited. However, I realized that day that I didn't have a link to the online interview call. Their email had stated it would be with Microsoft Teams. Exactly 4 minutes before I was meant to be on the call, I messaged them again asking for the link. Then 2 minutes after the confirmed meeting time, they sent me a new email with the link. You gotta reach out to them a little bit. You gotta be a little bit more proactive than that, but like, I'm noticing a lot of like shoddy management going on at NijisanjiEN. I'm doing just fine, Bergie. Thank you for asking. The interview itself felt fine. There were 2 people on the call. It felt like they were asking questions based on the answers I gave, which made me feel as if they were listening and did care about the person I was. There wasn't any information told to me regarding specifics of their company, like how they ran things differently from other VTuber talent agencies. Things like being unable to use my current social media or streaming accounts forever versus simply for a short amount of time. So being able to use any current game accounts or allowing certain ones, etc. None of that was included. It was a simple interview. What was interesting came at the very end, though. I had mentioned that I previously had a job at a tech company. One of the interviewers, who hadn't said a single thing then, asked me in Japanese how much I used to make as an independent streamer. I told him how much from subscription sponsorships, and he responded, Then immediately following that, he asked how much I make at my tech job. I answered that I actually made less than I currently did as a streamer. He gave me the same, and then said that he had no further questions. I thought, well, if they're going to ask questions like that, I'll ask one that I wasn't sure if I could ask. I asked, do you guys have a monthly salary or minimum per month that you pay your talents? The interview answered no, but I can tell you that if you signed under us, that we will make more, you'll make more than you are making right now. I'll never forget that, but at the time, the compensation structure was not discussed. So that's understandable, I guess. Them not being able to give like a solid framework for when they're going to be able to do what they could expect to make, essentially. A lot of them generally, from what my understanding is, most VTuber companies let the talents keep, I believe, all the super chat money, but and like a cut of merchandising. Obviously, there's not going to be a whole lot of like transparency with that because they want to stay competitive and they also want to. Part of it's for privacy reasons, I would imagine. I don't necessarily think that this is like a shady thing to say. 2-hour mark too. I really fucking hope I'm not gonna have to deal with that thing that I had to deal with before. Also, I didn't realize this, but my audio sounds like really fucked. I don't know. Is this better? I didn't notice anybody complaining in the chat about like scuffed audio, but wait, are we back up yet? Okay, we're back. We're back. Yo, what's going on, Mr. Wu Kang? Scuff stream? No, listen, there's no streams like a scuff stream, okay? My scuff streams are how we do shit in Flamland. All right, restream is better. Yes, there we go. How's my audio, by the way? My audio, hold on. I'm kind of curious. Let me see how I sound now. Test 1 2, test 1 2. All right, restream is better. Yes, there we go. How's my audio, by the way? It's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Doesn't sound completely like AIDS now. I haven't been, God, I've been so out of it. I need to unironically just start streaming every day again, honestly, and just do like dumb retarded video game streams or whatever. It's peaking a little. Oh, okay. Yo, what's going on, Justin Oreo? How's it going? I think I saw you in Technicals' chat the other day. Or is that Oreo EP? I'm not entirely sure. One of them. Too many Oreos. Too many Oreos. It could be worse, though. At least you're not fat. My audio is standard. Yeah. Oh, the delay is bad, too? Hold on. I might be able to fix that. Let me fix that real quick. Yeah, it's Oreo EP. Okay. Yeah, I've seen the specific link that Technicals uses to broadcast his streams. I can't say that on stream, but yeah. My audio is kind of gay at the moment. Is it gay because of the sound, or is it gay because I'm talking? Move your stream to Chatterbait, more stable. Okay. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Okay. Let's get back into this. Sorry about that issue. I spent $50 for him to post that stream link. Worth it? Nice. I hope he uses that more often, because that's funny as shit, dude. That is genuinely really funny. Yeah, I do not want to become the next Jack Murphy. I don't think I'm going to have to worry about jacking off on camera. I don't think it's gonna happen at any point, so yeah. We got that going for us. All right. Let's get back into the video. No, I don't think you can say the N-word on Chatterbait. You probably could say it on Rumble, but I don't think you can say it on Chatterbait. I'd like to see the return of the Thought Slayer. I actually have a new VR setup for that, too. No, I didn't. Stop lying, facts. People are going to take that as fact. You think somebody... You think somebody would do that? They would just go on the internet and tell lies? Yes, they would. What if you're into race play? Will Chatterbait deny that? That's a good question. That's a good question. Really gets into the specifics of the morality of pornographic websites. I don't know. Pornhub would probably have a problem with that, as long as you're like, you know, not well, unless you're doing it to a minor, I would imagine, because then like they'll take forever to fix that shit. All right, let's get back into those. Fast forward to the 21st of August, I made it through the final interview with the CEO. This was the only time in my entire time that I had been there that I would get to even see his presence in my or the talent's vicinity, let alone speak with him. He asked questions that I thought were very good and well thought out, such as, what kind of character do you want to play? I answered, well, I'm usually an anti-hero, so I like saying things that make people laugh or surprise or shock them. I love getting reactions out of people. I also asked how much I wish to act for the future character on stream, and I said that depends on how much content the company... Oh my god! Okay, never mind. I had a little bit of a lag spike, but it wasn't like the same complete like shut off of everything. Jeez Louise. That depends on how much content the company I end up expecting. The company and I end up expecting of myself. If I do shorter hours per day, then of course that makes it easier to keep up persona further from myself. If I do longer hours, I'd like to be doing. It'd be easier to just be myself. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. Again, nothing regarding how they ran the company or what they expected me to give up was mentioned. October prep. Debut song asked to be fully recorded before even hearing GenMate's voices. Fast forward to October. They messaged me back saying that the debut song for my generation was ready. They requested I record my lines and turn them in within a week. And this would be our most important song yet. At this point, I had not even met my genmates or known what they sounded like. I asked them to push the deadline back because I would be gone at TwitchCon. The new due date turned out to be better. I would hear my genmates' voices for the first time, but this is all the knowledge I'd have. After I submitted my recordings, they messaged me back saying the producer said my recordings were no good due to some background noise and that I would need to go to an actual studio to record my lines or clean them up. So I asked a friend of mine who dabbles in DJing as a hobby to clean up the same audio files for me, and I submitted them again. At this point, I received no more updates of the song, so I assumed that they were fine. I'm starting to see a pattern. Around the end of October is when we were finally able to start planning for our debuts. I had experience debuting as a VTuber for my own activities, so I was familiar with all the elements needed and how to manage planning with all the different people I'd work with regarding the question of what I needed for the debut. and the subsequent streaming activities, the managers informed me that nothing was really required. It's up to you or how much or how little you want to have to do for it. I personally incurred the cost of planning for a successful debut. Our lore was written by ourselves. I had to find people who had the skill sets needed for the graphics and animations myself and pay for them myself. What? Why is this not being handled by the company? Like, your model is being given to you by the company. The graphics and everything should also probably be set up or at least worked through with the company's artists, shouldn't it? That's really fucking weird. I would imagine anyway. I don't know if this is standard. Let's see. By the time I debut, I was already hugely in the red in order to plan and execute a debut befitting a talent of such a big company. Meaning the other NijisanjiEN livers. They were incredibly kind, considerate, and immediately included us and made us feel like we were one of them. I will never forget the kindness and how much effort they put into being there for us and each other. Unfortunately, things did change as time went on, but that was not until the very end. December, given a manager who was a 2-week hire. Ooh, okay. For me, I see a manager as someone who helps us strategize and build upon our own style for content and character personality. But that was far from what we got. The manager they assigned to manage our whole generation of 6 was someone who was a 2-week-old hire. It was not a manager who trained us for the whole month of November with I swear to fucking goodness. And it's doing it now again. I'm gonna have to talk to my freaking ISP about this. I haven't had to try to stream in like forever, and I'm getting like all sorts of connection issues. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for how freaking scuffed all of this has been. Hopefully, we don't have this happen again. If it does, I'm just going to switch over to just do YouTube. I don't think anyone's even watching on Twitch, so that'll be fine. But yeah. Jeez Louise. Yeah, it might be the ISP. I have no freaking clue, dude. It's very, very freaking annoying. If it happens again, I'm going to just switch to YouTube and see if it's just restream, but I don't know. Because my internet itself isn't cutting out. I'm still seeing your guys' chat like once it happens, but I don't know. It's just weird. All right, let's get back into this. Where did you guys last see me? Anytime I had to call my manager. Okay, we'll just get back to this. Are the ports open? Yeah, it is. Is our chat delayed to your chat? No, it's not. I see chat in real time. Manager, yep. All right. Anytime I had a call with our manager, yeah, okay. Anytime I had a call with our manager to discuss something, their manager was also there. It was pretty much just me asking him stuff while she sat there and nodded her head. If there was something I wished to do or something I thought was worth fighting for, it felt like it wasn't fought for. All I experienced was the expectation to bow your head down and not question the system. That's a good working relationship. That's always a good sign, you know? It's just like, I have no idea what's going on. Just shut up, do what you're told. Thank you, Mr. Alucard. I am. Thank you. Debut week 1. First private VOD, Genshin public life account. Here's where things start to fall apart. We already read this part. Basically, she received a notification from her 2-week-old hire at the company that it was okay for her to use her private account as long as she hid any of the, identifying information for it. and then was told the exact opposite a week later and got shit for it. So that's always good. That's always good. Sorry for the sudden change. However, it's come to our attention that you might have fans from public life account activities as friends in your account and be able to receive in-game prizes / items from friends through this account. For more clarity and the consideration of every live or safety, we've decided to use the use of public life accounts will be strictly prohibited. I don't necessarily think that Genshin would cause any sort of security issues, but who knows, dude. It seems really dumb. Again, I'm very sorry about this. However, according to our decision, we'll private your Genshin stream VOD. I hope for your kind understanding cooperation. Other livers are able to use their past accounts, and I was not. I had a 2-year-old account that I wish to use, and a lot of content planned for my future streams around it. Having the stream VOD from that day privated also meant I could no longer earn money or new views from it, and subsequently stunted my growth analytics because as one of the most successful streams, it was no longer visible to the point to the public in my debut week. Fans were asking me where the stream went, and I wasn't allowed to tell them what happened. Many people attacked me for using my old account, which I had received permission to use, and then taken away. Yeah, it's really dumb. That's really dumb. And she's probably, like, actually trying to make sure that the ad revenue is good. So, like, oof, ouch. I don't get a whole lot of ad revenue money from YouTube because I swear too much. But, like, you know, for a bigger account, it can add up pretty quickly. And I would imagine she's getting, like, you know, pretty good, decent viewership on the VODs. Let's see. I did my best to argue for the rights to use the Genshin account, saying that this was not the term I entered the company on, and there were plenty of other talents in the company used and were still using their old accounts. I had a call with my manager and her manager, and they told me that the reason that I could not use my old accounts was because they existed before Zaion Lanza did, which I said I could not agree with that, and we had a second call, and nothing changed. Finally, I told my genmates what was going on, asking them for help since they had past accounts and they were also under the impression that they were able to use them. I had a group call with the two managers. Again, the narrative was changed. The managers said that they would consider past game accounts on a per game basis and approved of the game that my genmate wanted to use when mine was brought up, saying, it's because you are an official Genshin content creator and that counts as a sponsorship and you can't use accounts that were previously sponsored. Wait, was she really like, was she actually affiliated with Genshin Impact in any way? It doesn't surprise me because they have some really interesting collaborations with other content people, but like, is that even true? Somebody who might know, if somebody in the chat knows, let me know real quick. All right. Let's see. Finally, I told my genmates what was going on, asking them for help since some of them had past accounts. They were also under the impression that they would be able to use them. We had a group call. I read that. This expanded the scope of the matter beyond just my Genshin account, but first I rejected the claim because the official rules for being an official Genshin Impact content creator explicitly states that this does not count as a sponsorship in any way. Official Genshin Impact content creators do not get paid for creating Genshin-related content, and in preparation for joining Nijisanji, I purposely did not reapply for my position as an official Genshin content creator, and thus I hadn't been part of the program for 2 months. Then the manager said, but you were a pioneer for the game, so a lot of people know that account. This was yet another completely new argument from them. This normally would have no weight because no single Genshin account can be distinguished from another. Every account is able to get every character and every item, every outfit. Nothing is unique except the user ID that could be hidden. That's true. That's 100% true. At this point, I had my suspicions about their real reason, and I gave up on arguing any further. I moved on to my other game accounts, such as Alchemy Stars and Guardian Tales, because I had been sponsored by those games companies twice each, and quickly enjoyed working with them and had a great working relationship. I relayed this to my managers, and they said because those accounts were sponsored at any time in their existence, I could not use them here. I feel like I was being punished for my past successes. That's fair. That's fair. It seems like a dumb thing unless you're being currently sponsored by them. Yeah, it seems like Zaion was specifically targeted for, I guess, maybe being like a person who just did that game as like her main thing, and maybe that was identifiable, but like they went about it explaining it in a really dumb way. And I don't know if they were like actually telling the truth or not. I relayed this to my managers. Prior to hearing this, I was under the impression that Nijisanji would be happy to have someone who had been on good terms with several other companies whom they also worked with. Funnily enough, one of those Alchemy Stars sponsorships events with 2 other EN talents who are now my senpais. Are 2 of these people from Nijisanji? I'm gonna guess the ones with the last names are people who are part of Nijisanji already. Yeah, that's really dumb. Also, Sayu, you're mixing up your first and third person's perspectives because you're referring to yourself as Sayu. Again, this is why I don't consider me like saying this as doxing. I think this is like 100%. She's admitting that this is her and she's referring to herself as both. It's dumb. It's dumb. But you gotta do that. You gotta maintain the kayfabe. At this point, I had messed up in several ways, including playing my Genmate's cover without realizing I couldn't, showing a stranger's face, and a Twitter post on stream by accident, as I'm having a hard time not messing up, and I felt horrible about it. I suffer from clinical depression and had been going a little while without meds. That's not a good sign. Don't. If you take meds, don't go off your meds, my dudes. I felt incredibly trapped. I felt like I couldn't fit in and my content wasn't welcome. All my hard work on gacha games from the perspective of an experienced, dedicated player, I felt like I was a failure. I mean, playing gacha games is like that too. And this is coming from a gacha addict like myself. So I reached out to the 2 people who had onboarded us at the start. They were not our direct managers, but they were people who I had trusted and felt comfortable with. I DM'd them stating how bad I felt, and I kept making mistakes, but I didn't know what to do in order to continue being creative, but not infringing on one rule or another. I DM'd them saying I was sad, saying that if I was anything that could be done about my Genshin account, and saying that overall I just felt uncomfortable. Yeah, especially the time resource. The time resource specifically is like a pain in the ass for Genshin accounts. Like a lot of these games are massive time sinks, and you kind of build out your play around a certain schedule, making sure that the resources that regenerate at time are always available. One of them responded, the person who trained us was someone I'd loved a lot. It seemed like everyone did. She was kind enough to have a voice call with me and talk through my feelings and issues, and even offered to try to fight for the Genshin account issue. That was enough for me. I knew that it was a difficult thing with a company that big, and I didn't have any expectations past her just trying. I was extremely grateful that I had someone at staff that I could speak to. This sounds like something that's going to be less optimistic later on. I get a feeling for that reading this. But we would never speak like that again. In a call between my manager and their manager, I was told of my New Year suspension and that DMing a manager was one of the reasons I was being suspended. Jeez. It's not like she was trying to go around somebody's back. She was just explaining her frustrations. Like, holy shit, dude. That's actually really fucking shitty. Did you see that CRP was arrested by the Ukrainian government? Yeah, I did, and he really needs to clean his fucking toilet. Demanding a 2-week break so early into me being here was way too long and detrimental. Even as an indie, the longest break I had taken was maybe 1.5 weeks. Jeez, that's pretty long for a indie VTuber to take a break for. I can't imagine somebody going several months without making something, or 8 months. Anywho, I begged my manager's manager and asked if we could please reduce it to 1.5 weeks. He thought for a moment and said, "Can you really come to a serious decision within that time of whether or not I wanted to stay at Nijisan?" Jeez Louise. Because I even before the call, I had already been thinking about this since debut. I knew that he was trying to pressure me into agreeing to 2 weeks, but after working so hard on my own for a year, I knew how breaks go, and you get used to doing nothing and you get lazy. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. Jeez Louise. Finally, he acquiesced at the end of my call. My manager's manager asked me what I'm going to tell my fans. This was asked in a manner that made me pressured to say, "Oh, I'm going to say that my family asked me to come on a last-minute holiday." Okay. I want to, this part right here, this is being portrayed as if Niji told her to lie about this and say that it was like, oh, you're just going on a 2-week break or something. Unless they like explicitly asked you to make up something or whatever, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say that like you might have been I don't know. It's shitty, but I don't know if they actually did that. It might have been her filling in the gaps for them on that one. Because of what happened with a prior graduation in the company, I had already been told my senpais that oftentimes suspensions would be described as breaks by the talents. Oh, never mind then. Holy shit. Wow. That's really fucking rough. That's actually really fucking rough. Also, Niji-sanji's gonna be really fucking pissed off about this part right here. Because people are gonna be asked about this multiple times. And they are not too happy about that, because that seems like they are a very shady company. Flam, we really need to tell your fans that you're going to stream more. I need to tell people that I'm going to stream more by actually doing it. So we'll see. Japanese people are generally not upfront with honesty because it's seen as rude. That's true. That's true. So during the New Year's countdown, I promised my fans, of course, could no longer happen. I told them my family rarely does anything out of town, so I had to go on this last-minute trip, and I'd be gone from the 30th and return on the 10th. That never happened. I just stayed at home and tried to see if there were any IRL friends abound who didn't already go on vacation somewhere else and weren't too busy. At the same time, Haku, one of my cats, 4 years old, was suffering from a liver disease that required me to feed him every few hours. So it would morbidly work out that I had the time to take care for him. However, it was incredibly expensive even now, and I'm still trying to pay off the incurred bills. Jeez. Trying to lay low. Upon returning, I turned down the creative ideas a notch in an attempt to reduce the risk of breaking any more rules. See, this is what happens when you have like a really poorly mismanaged VTuber company versus like something like FaZe Connect, where Sakana will clearly rein in somebody like Pippa if she goes a little too fucking off the rails, but doesn't seem to actively ever discourage Pippa from being creative and doing her own thing. Just sort of like reminds her of where the line is and to try to tell her to not give him another fucking ulcer. Very based fish fan. I did not feel supported by my let's see, yeah. I only streamed games because I knew which had confirmed permissions for sure. No just chatting or creative streams, at least for a while. That was the plan. I stuck to it. I had been taking care of my cat, Haku, who had been suffering from a liver disease for a month. He passed away the day after my indefinite suspension began. Jeez. That's rough. That's actually rough. I did not feel fucking hell. I did not feel supported by my manager when I had shared this information. The subsequent distress was compounded by the fact the staff had locked me out of all my accounts, forced me to sit on all of this alone. This would have been one of the most difficult times of my life. Everything past is the history. Everything past this is history. There is a lot I enjoyed about being in Nijisanji. There are people I looked up to, who I liked, who I trusted with all my heart. There are some really fun times, but as much as I wanted to stay and with how hard I tried to do something different each time, I messed up. I knew I wouldn't be able to compact my style of entertainment to what they wanted to without regrets. I feel like that I needed to say that during my time there, I felt trapped, felt like a failure, and did not feel like staff cared about me as a person for my own creative style. As managers I was forced to work with did not show a effort to understand me beyond the surface of our work relationship. I'm still incredibly grateful for the opportunity. I am grateful for the friends I did get to make there. I'm grateful that a place that had such history saw value in someone like me at all. Geez. Oh, that's sad. Picture with her cat. Fuck. Yeah, I was not expecting to empathize with her quite so much on that. Holy shit. That is fucking awful. That is genuinely fucking rough, dude. Holy shit. Anyway, that's the end of the document. She had like the document itself was pretty well received. I think a lot of people were covering it in a very positive light. People's response to it on Twitter seems to be pretty positive too. Oh yeah, that's pretty fucking rough. I guess we'll see if Nijisanji is going to try to do something to try to get her to stop that. Yeah, I think her fuck-ups were largely trivial, though. I don't think she really did anything that wrong. It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. The documentation presentation is A tier. My stream or her writing for it, because her writing of it could have used a little bit of editing. But yeah. Jeez Louise. Chill stream tonight? Yeah, I might stream a little bit longer, play a video game or something. If you're ending soon, Leah of FaZe is streaming a collab. Yeah, I might raid into her. Leah seems nice. This has changed my view of Niji, so I will stick to Hololive. Fair enough. Is Pippa not streaming her end? Because I'd probably raid into Pippa. It makes me wonder about how stuff at Holo does things. Yeah, seriously. Augie's Discord got banned? Well, I mean, that sucks, but what can I say? Sucks to be him, I guess. I don't know. Oh, the formatting of the cat dying picture at the end. Yeah, seriously. I mean, that one just fucking hits in the fucking feels. Didn't Pippa turn off raids? I don't know. I haven't streamed in forever. Supposedly Augie is being a tard like always. No, what probably happened was that the low IQ retards that hang around him kept on saying the hard R on his fucking stream or his fucking Discord, and then he got nuked for it, which also means that his like personal account got nuked, and anybody who happened to be a moderator there. So if a certain fat retard managed to catch a stray Discord problem from that, like, oh no, boo-hoo, rip. Anyways, fuck him. Yeah, it's true. I don't know. I'm gonna try to start streaming more regular. I said this already before. I don't know. I wasn't really fucking expecting that to hit as fucking hard in the fields as I was as it did. There's a lot of really relatable shit in there. There's a lot of really fucking relatable shit in there that I felt was like, ouch, I know how that feels. You know, part of it is like the ongoing sort of smearing that former quote-unquote friends have been engaged in. That kind of makes me just lose any and all effort to go and do it. It's part of it's a I'm not gonna lie, like I said, the current ongoing smearing by these people also results in like just diminishing sub counts every time I go live, which is always a little bit discouraging. It's sort of tapered off where it's only like 20 anytime that I go live, but it's still like it still fucking hits you in the head a little bit. But I really should try to make efforts to try to stream sometime again on a more regular basis. Shit's not gonna get better until I actually go about like actually trying to do it. I need to figure out games that I can play on stream that I'm gonna enjoy playing that I won't get bored with too. I don't know. Would you guys hate me if I played League of Legends? I promise to go full Tyler 1 with like retard energy and go fucking ape mode and shit. Well, thank you, Justin Oreo. Tomorrow I do want to go over the iDubbbz thing. The iDubbbz thing is a little interesting too. Also, is VC dead lately? Rarely ever see anyone there. Yeah, I think I opened up the Discord again. If people want to go and to do that, they should if they want. But yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try to stream tomorrow. I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna make any promises because I already fucked up last time. If I can get back into like a, if I could go back to streaming like every day ish, I'd like to. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that on Wednesday and Thursday, because that's my WoW raid days, and I don't know if people are gonna actually want to listen to like my guild VC go through the fights and shit. Somebody was asking me before. It says invites are paused. Okay, I think we're gonna fix that at some point. I think that's the plan. So yeah. I think so. But yeah. Oh yeah, somebody was asking if I'd done the hard modes for things in Old War. We just got done beating Algalon, so yeah. We've done the hard modes. I think the only achievement for Old War that I don't have yet is Crazy Cat Lady, and we're gonna try to do that tomorrow. We're gonna try to do that next week. Get our Ironborn Proto Drakes. We need a 24-hour stream. Maybe New Year's. New Year's is a better time for me to do that. Also, sorry, my throat is like really fucking scratchy. I haven't talked this long in like forever. It's like, geez Louise. You get used to not talking for an extended period of time, and then you just sort of you get back into the groove of it, and it's rough. Stream the new Zelda when it officially comes out. That is the plan. I will definitely stream Tears of the Kingdom when it comes out. Like at midnight, I will be playing Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah. Aw, that's sweet, Renegade. I'm glad to hear that. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the stream, make sure you hit the like button. If this is your first time watching, maybe hit the subscribe button. Sorry, I kind of brought down the mood with like all this mopey shit, but it is a little, it's been a little rough. It's been a little rough, and I'm not gonna lie about that. You know, actually, you're not the first person to notice that, TX. Thank you for the 10. Hey, Flamenco, I found that I'm in a tournament for a certain online 2v pixel war game with an account using your name. If that is you, I'm rooting for you. If not, I'm rooting for you. That is me. I've been playing a lot of Advance Wars by web, and I've been noticed out in the wild twice now. I've actually been noticed out in the wild twice now about that. Which was really fucking funny. I'm dog shit at that game, by the way. I do not know the ins and outs of the actual Advance Wars meta, and I've been trying to play it, but yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with that. I will not buy Advance Wars camp, but maybe I'll play Advance Wars by web with people on stream. I don't think I can super dox myself like I did with Tetris on that one. Yeah, that's me. That's me, FlamencoTV. A couple of turns on my turn on that one. I've really been enjoying this, by the way. I really like Advance Wars, so it's been a lot of fun. All right, let me get to the super chats because I said I was going to do that, and I'm going to do that. So let's get back to the super chats. I do need to reach out to a couple of people who have offered some things too at some point. I feel bad about that, but it's just it's really fucking rough. It's really fucking rough sometimes, and I feel really bad just asking for like for people and shit to help me with stuff. It feels like using them, and it feels greedy or whatever. I don't know. I'm just self-conscious about it. I need to stop doing that though, because I'm never gonna gain any traction by just feeling sorry and bad for myself. You know what I mean? All right, let's read the super chats. I already read that one from Bergie for 20. Says, "Have a good stream, Flam. Thank you." Mildly OCD for 5 says, Hassan only talks a big game when there's a screen in the way, and short, flat adult women don't exist anymore, Flam. Yes, they do. I dated one. Fuck. So when I got a job at a grocery store once when I was like 19, and I had a little bit of a crush on the cute Asian girl that was working there, who barely spoke any English whatsoever, and she and I dated for a bit, and she had a congenital heart defect when she was like I think 12 or 13. She had like a pretty massive scar in the center of her chest, and she was pretty fucking flat, and she was tiny, so you know, she was really fucking sweet too. She was like actually like she was a fucking sweetheart. A little fucking weird with she really wanted to be black for some reason. She would wear a I remember specifically she would wear a rhinestone encrusted shirt that says "Black is beautiful," which is a little fucking odd. I never understood that, but we got along pretty well. But they do exist. They do absolutely fucking exist. Let me check the Streamlabs real quick, because I say Junebug's Streamlabs don't know. I don't know. It was just weird. That's like the one thing that reminds me of her. This was like it was just something that like sticks out at you. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think she wanted BBC. I don't know. I think she actually had a thing for white dudes. I don't know. Let's see. I was being ironic, Flam. I know. I'm just I'm just going off tangents. I'm drinking the Kirsch tangent. That's somebody I should actually reach out to, is Kirsch. She seems like she would be cool and friendly towards my autism. You like MILF with Shota hentai, right? Double standards, but better than lolly hentai. I mean, like, I definitely like tall girl, short dude, because I used to be really fucking short. So I definitely can empathize with that aspect. I mean, I'm still short. I'm still a manlet. I'm 5'11", so still manlet status technically. Honestly, I should fucking off myself, but yeah. Oh god, a Josh Luna thing. Jeez Louise. I fucking love the way this guy draws white people. Josh Luna is such a fucking bizarre guy. Did I see the new Keffel stuff? Yeah, More importantly, I saw Jersh's coverage of the Keffel stuff. That was really fucking funny. That was genuinely pretty funny. I like to think that in some part, Keffel's cocaine addiction was caused by me, in some aspect anyway. Wait, what's Kirsch's flat out position on trans people, Mega Monster? I don't think Pippa can't say it. I think Pippa was pretty clear that she genuinely doesn't fucking care. Oh, also, I just want to note that Keffels is by Keffels' own account, her joining of the Communist Party matches up when she relapsed into drug addiction. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm doubting the dark web stuff sounds fantastical. Oh yeah, I mean, Mr. Wu Kang, Keffels is a pathological liar. So yeah, no shit. Tipster is throwing all of his eggs into Keffel supporting that creature? Jeez. Kier says that she thinks that there are activists who are co-opting the movement away from legit troons, but we all know she says that. I mean, to be fair, how do I log in? That's my position on it as well. Like, unironically. I think that, like, 80 to 90% of the more abrasive trans people online are actually just activists that are like LARPing or whatever. So yeah, no, I would say I actually agree with Kirsch's position on that. Honestly, I think that's what Pippa's position on it too, because she like flat out said don't like fuck with people. Yeah, I know. Dude, people unironically said that I was supporting Keffels or some shit like that. It's genuinely wild, the shit that people will just without shame make up. It's funny as hell. It's not trans people, it's leftists. Yep. But again, I'm not going to rehash it. I've already made my position completely clear. I think Kirsch's position, if that is her position, is a completely reasonable position to have. I don't know about that one. How do I log in? There's a lot of people that just want to fucking do their own thing and be left the fuck alone. I don't know. It's whatever. I like I said, I've already made my position on this clear. It's whatever. Pippa's Twitter message was a bit Kirsch's based. I think there was absolutely nothing wrong with Pippa's position because she was legit being used by people to like further a specific narrative of Pippa's like position on the subject to lend legitimacy to what they were saying, and that she didn't fully agree with that. I think that's completely fucking fair. There's like some right-wing ones. Like I know Iron Liz voted for Trump, but I don't know. I think to believe the trans thing means induction to the cult. I don't think so, because there's a spectrum to like how people even perceive like the trans shit within the trans people themselves. Like, there are people that think that it's like a fucking genocide to say that the people that haven't been medically diagnosed with like any form of dysphoria and like to deny them from being trans is like a genocide or whatever. So it's just like, what was Pippa's Twitter message? She basically said that she was trying to stir a little bit of rabble and thank you for coming to her stream. But if you're gonna like come to her stream to like start shit with people and to like disparage people online or whatever, to go somewhere else. She basically said to go be a conservative, not be a conservative, go be a tourist somewhere else if you're going to be a tourist. The part about respecting identities with sus, she probably has past life trans friends. I mean, like I keep on saying this already. I have like current life trans friends. I don't think that I don't fucking care, dude. I miss your pseudo intellectual streams. I actually had something planned for that, but I kind of didn't do it. I'll probably do it next week. I've got some stuff, but like the fucking VTuber shit happened, and I kind of wanted to get my foot in there and stuff, and I'm not too disappointed with the outcome so far. There's definitely part of that featherless bipedal. I think it's partially pharmaceutical companies pushing it, but I also think that there's a I also think that there's like a societal benefit to the people who are espousing this the ideology, and that they might be seeing a lot more false positives because they want to find false positive, or they want to find positives whether or not they're false. Yeah, that's my position, Lemon Trashy, but I'm a libertarian and retarded, so, you know. Yeah, that part right there, Ed Morrison, is definitely something that I would definitely worry a bit. I would definitely agree with that, Ed Morrison Jr. That's definitely like a cause for concern, and that's why I like, you know, I don't know. I'm just a dumb gay lolbert, guys. I'm just a big, dumb, gay, nerdy lolbert. Just fucking wild, dude. I do believe that dysphoria is real, but I think we're not looking at the cause for why it happens. I don't necessarily know if there's like any concrete single reason why that happens. Like I just like sexual identity shit. I don't think that there's anything that's like a single causal factor for it, or like the gay gene or whatever. Because like, isn't it common for like gay fraternal twin, like for if there's one twin that's gay, like gay fraternal, the other one won't be or something? Or what is it? What is it? The specific one? I'm trying to think. Numbers compared to other countries say everything. Yeah, but to be fair, like I don't know. It's whatever. I'm not gonna belabor this point because nobody fucking cares what I have to say on this one, honestly. No one actually fucking cares what I have to say on this. All right, I think that's it. I think that's it for the stream. I don't know if there's anything else you guys want me to cover or address or send supers if you want to send supers, but if you do, this is the last time for tonight. Oh, you know what? I should raid into should I raid into Sawa? I think I might raid into Sawa. I'd also say you guys should go watch the Almighty Lolly, who's streaming. I don't know what he's playing right now. He's probably playing something fun.
Couldn't stop. For the series I consider Massive Undertaking. He made it great. Thanks for existing.
Oh, he's playing Warframe. Wait, is Lolly playing Warframe or is Shoulda playing Warframe? I don't know. I'm gonna rate Sawa. She's been actually really nice to me. She retweeted one of my live announcements things, so I kind of want to return the favor. Yeah. I didn't know Lolly played Warframe. Nice. All right, I'm gonna try to stream tomorrow. I make no promises. I make no assurances. But yeah. I'm gonna call it a night here, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for like, a little bit of a low turnout stream, but like the fact that I've had a more than completely fucking erratic and inconsistent streaming schedule for the last like 4 months. The fact that like 250 people showed up to still watch this is fucking insane. You guys are extremely fucking kind and sweet, and I thank you guys for the support. I'm gonna go raid into Sawa, and I will see. I'm gonna try to see you guys tomorrow. I'm not gonna promise, but I'm gonna try. So, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time. How do I do this? There we go. Also, Sawa's playing World of Horror, which is a really fun game. So that actually sounds like a lot of fun to watch. All right, later, taters. Love you guys. Bye-bye.